Hi, this is Joe from RouterFreak.com. Today I want to go over a topic that's a little confusing to some of my students and to engineers in general that I work with, and that is understanding what a collision domain is. And today what we have is on the screen we have a single network segment with two computers, computer A and computer B. Computer A, his IP address is 192.168.1.10. Computer B is 192.168.1.11. So when computer A needs to talk to computer B, they're on the same physical wire. They are on they have the same network segment. And you could kind of look at this as, say, this is some sort of say maybe there's like a hub or a small hub here. Let's pull a hub up here. Okay, so here's a small hub that's connected to our network, and through this hub, these guys are able to talk to each other. Now, they're on the same collision domain. So, and what that means is that when these two guys talk, they hear each other. It's kind of like being in a big room. And if you think about what Ethernet is, and the term Ethernet, the ether, meaning the air, it's a broadcast medium, meaning think of it like two people standing in a room and they're just talking. Well, they can hear each other, but then if there's anybody else in the room, they can hear them too. So if we were to go and we were to add some more people join, or add, jump on the network, or want to basically come into our room or come into our party, so to speak, and they all start talking, well, they all can hear each other, and they can carry on a conversation just fine. But what happens if this keeps getting bigger and bigger? Well, eventually it starts getting really noisy, like you're at a party in a big room, everyone's talking at the same time. Eventually, what happens is you have these two people, computer A and computer B, who are originally talking with each other. Well, they can't hear each other as well. And what starts to happen is you start getting what's called collisions, and the packets start colliding on the network, and then everybody has to kind of re-say what they were already saying. Just like at a party, it gets very loud and you're sitting there talking to somebody and you're like, I can't hear you. Could you say that again, please? And eventually what happens is that the two of you are trying to have a conversation. Well, what do you normally do? Well, you say, well, I can't really hear you. Let's go into the other room so we can have a better conversation. And that's essentially what people do, is they go into another room. It would be nice if computers could just all of a sudden join their own segment to have their conversation, but that's not really the case. They can't really do that, right? So what can we do? What can we add to this network to kind of cut down on a lot of that chatter? Well, what we do is we add a switch. And now what the switch does, it provides segmentation at the layer 2, the OSI layer 2. And layer 2 is, what is layer 2? Layer 2 is it's the data link layer, right? So at the data link layer, if I can spell this, if it's going to allow me to, data link. So that's where switches operate, at layer 2, the data link layer. And what switches do are they segment collision domains. They segment these into their own personal private rooms, I guess you could kind of say. Now what it does do, it bridges these segments together. So switches have evolved from bridges. A bridge in the old days would segment collision domains. It would bridge together two physical network segments so that the two segments could talk to each other, but it would also still segment these collision domains. What switches are essentially are a bunch of bridges. this port is bridged to this port, and it's bridged to this port because they're all on now the same virtual LAN or VLAN, right? So we have port 1, port 2, and port 3 are all bridged together because they're all on the same virtual LAN, and it allows us to bridge all these together. And so that's basically what a collision domain is. A collision domain is a layer 2 segment that we could also have a hub here. Where's our little hub? Just to kind of give you an idea. If I can find it again. Find our little hub, and we could put that hub back. Our hub. And so, that's a big hub, huh? We could put that hub back on the segment, hanging off of this switch port, and then we could end up creating a whole bunch more computers. But then we'll be right back to where we started. Right now, we have this one room that's very overcrowded, and it's really not giving. We're not utilizing the benefit of this switch, and that benefit is to segment our broadcast domains, and we would end up another problem. And you see this a lot in production networks where you'll have a hub hanging off of a switch port. A lot of labs will do this. You'll have a hub that has a bunch of devices, and then people start complaining, well, my network performance is slow or it's bad. Well, they've put a hub out here, and you're not you've got a lot of issues out here now with this hub. So the best way to set your network up, don't have a hub, have everybody connected right off the switch, and all the conversations will be nice and crystal clear. And that's it for collision domains. In the next video, we're going to take this discussion of collision domains, and we're going to see how collision domains and broadcast domains and how they differ. I hope this was beneficial to you guys. Again, my name is Joe Wilson from RouterFreak.com. As always, I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you again soon.